Hi there everybody and welcome along to the big quiz night in. This is I think episode 138 and we've got a great turnout this evening. I'm really pleased so many of you could join us tonight. We've got our usual run through of 3 quiz rounds coming up. We have the kids question on the way as well, where you could get yourself a bonus point on your journey through our 3 quiz rounds tonight, and then we've got game shows at the end as well. So a lot of fun tonight, and we've got some really nice comments in the chat, so let's start saying hello to people before we move on. So we have got Lisa Hawley there saying hello from the USA. We have got a good evening all from the Funky Chickens. That's Helly in the chat. Welcome along. We have Sue tagging other family members in, I presume, and saying good evening all. The donuts are here. Millie and Mike are there saying good evening as well. We have Vernia and the Brazilians saying hello to everybody, and Jodie's there in the comments as well. If you're watching along, you haven't said hi yet, please do leave us a comment, and it'd be great to see some more names pop up in the chat. And don't forget to like and share the video while you're here. See if we can't get any more people involved in this evening's Facebook Live quiz show. We are going to go to the kids question in just a moment, and that will get you hopefully some bonus points. Quick story, I bumped into Pete in town, so near to me, Pete from the Brazilians team, and we had a chat, and he's already been briefed as to the craziness of the upcoming question. Something a bit different. We've never asked a question like this before, but it's a bit of fun, and I hope you appreciate it. So more on that in a moment. Let's go to the intro and see which of the kids have come along this evening. Okay, we've got both the kids. They're both here this evening, and the question is on screen already. Now this relates, before I get the kids to read it to you, this relates to the fact I did a quiz night for Ruben's school, Abby's old school, and parents and kids were invited. We had a great turnout, over 100 people in total were there, and Ruben not only helped out with me as my little roadie for the night, but he also joined in one of the teams with one of his friends, and they had quite a funny team name, and I thought the question would be quite amusing to ask you. So, Abby, I want you to ask the question, and Ruben can read out the answer choices, if you don't mind.
Okay. What was Ruben's team's name at the school quiz night?
Okay, Ruben.
A. Quizzy McQuizface. B. Let's get quizzical. Or C. Never gonna quiz you up.
Okay, so have a guess, A, B, or C. Obviously, none of you were there. I don't think any of you were there. Some of you might have been watching. Vernia says he loved meeting Chris. Yes, it was, yeah, and we got to meet their dog as well. Is it Tilly? I think she's very cute. So just have a guess. If you get it right, you win yourself a bonus point. You can add on to your team score for any of the upcoming 3 quiz rounds. Okay, so let's see. We've got plenty of guesses coming in. I know we've got a few more watching, so don't be shy. Have a guess, and let's see if we can get some of you an extra point. Yes, I was quite impressed, I have to say, when this team name came up. Very good. So we have got Ju saying C, we've got Sue saying A, Lisa says A, Jodie says A as well, Helly's gone with C, Millie's gone with B, Tilly says hello to you, Roo. That's
hello, Tilly.
Okay, and any more guesses? I think that's it. Right, so I will reveal the answer now. Which one is it? It is...
It's C.
Never gonna quiz
Never gonna quiz you up.
Yes, we do. Oh, we've got Zara's watching as well. Zara says C, just in a nick of time. So, very good. If you said C, you get a bonus point.
Quiz you.
No. Right, okay. So let's just reveal who's got the bonus points then. So, Abby? Ju. And we've got... Helly, and the last one, Zara. So you all said C. You get 1 bonus point, and you can add that to your score. If you're struggling in any of the 3 rounds that are coming up, you got a bonus point for your team. You can add on.
Really cool rounds coming up. I saw Dad working on them. There's some really cool rounds.
Yes, there is. That's right. Okay, everybody, say goodbye.
My signature exit.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, so we're into our main three quiz rounds now, everybody. Thank you for that. So, bit of housekeeping first of all. Next week will be the Patreon quiz night, as always, at the last Tuesday of every month. So, we won't be here on Facebook Live. If you want to join Patreon, I'll talk more about that a bit later on, but I won't be on Facebook Live next week. The week after that is my wife's birthday, okay, an actual birthday on the Tuesday. So, I've got the week off. She's off work as well for a few days. So, I won't be here either the week after, I'm afraid, but then we will be back to normal again after that. Okay, so just so you know, after this there's no Facebook Live quiz for 2 weeks, so I'm really pleased we've got a great turnout this evening, and you can all enjoy this one. And yes, Patreon quiz is still on next week, it's just the week after. Won't be around. Okay, hope you don't mind. And the second thing is, my nose completely blocked up earlier, so if I sound a bit nasally, I'm sorry. I didn't want to cancel the quiz, I was already ready to go. But I am a little bit sniffly right now, so I know, diddums. But the show must go on, as they say. Now, because of the fact I'm not going to be here in 2 weeks' time, which is when Easter bank holiday weekend is, at least in the UK, I thought we'd do an Easter trivia round for you first. So we'd do that now, and then we've got potluck, so a general knowledge round after that, and then food and drink as a subject for round 3, and then we've got some game shows to come after that. Millie says, have a great evening, Rue and Abby. Yes, I'm sure they will. Thank you all for having a go at that question. So, 15 questions then on Easter for round 1. There is also a countdown conundrum down here. If you can unscramble those letters and work out what that 9-letter word is, don't say anything more in the comments about what the answers are for any of these. But if you do get the conundrum correct, you can let me know at the end, because that means you get an extra 2 points onto your total, in addition to the 15 questions you are about to hear. All right? So yeah, feel free to chat and say what you like in the comments, but no more guessing of answers. Let's give everybody a fair chance to work out what they are. We'll go through the answers at the end of the round, and you can let me know your scores in the comments if you want to. Okay, question number 1. Which was the first country to make Easter eggs? Which was the first country to make Easter eggs? I can do repeats of questions, of course, when we get to that point, so just let me know at the end of the round and I'll repeat which questions you want me to. Question 2 is for 2 points. What was the full name of the disciple who betrayed Jesus to the Romans? So 1 point if you just get the first name, and you can have 2 points if you can tell me the first name and the surname. So what was the full name of the disciple who betrayed Jesus to the Romans? We've got Nicole in the chat as well saying hi, hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching for however long you're here. Best of luck if you're having a go at this round. And yeah, to anybody else new that's watching, the 3 quiz subjects are different all the time. So it's not, by no means is it the same every week. I always try and mix it up. And sometimes we do requests as well for the Patreon followers. Question 3 now. Question 3. On which day of the week was Jesus crucified? On which day of the week was Jesus crucified? I don't know why, but it's looking a little foggy on screen. I have no idea why. Give me just a moment. Let me see. Is that any better? It's a bit better, isn't it? Bit smudged, maybe. Sorted. Okay, question number 4 now. This is for 3 points. It's about Disney movies, but with a connection to Easter, of course. In which Disney movies could you meet the rabbits named Roger, Judy, and Thumper? In which Disney movies could you meet the rabbits named Roger, Judy, and Thumper? I think technically one of them is a collaboration rather than a straight Disney movie. But you get the idea. Rabbits named Roger, Judy, and Thumper. Name the movies. 1 point for each. Okay, question number 5 now. Question 5. What is traditionally eaten on Shrove Tuesday? What is traditionally eaten on Shrove Tuesday? Question number 6 for 2 points. In which ocean is Easter Island and which country claims ownership of it? Question 6 again. In which ocean is Easter Island and which country claims ownership? 1 point for each. Question 7 now. Question 7 for 2 more points. The governments of which 2 countries signed the Good Friday Agreement in 1998? The governments of which 2 countries signed the Good Friday Agreement in 1998? Question number 8 now for another 2 points. Which duo collaborated to write the musical Jesus Christ Superstar? Which duo collaborated to write the musical Jesus Christ Superstar? Question number 9 now. Question 9. On which day of the week is Maundy Money distributed? On which day of the week is Maundy Money distributed? Okay. The next question is for 3 points. What are the names of Peter Rabbit's 3 sisters? What are the names of Peter Rabbit's 3 sisters? Right, question 11. Speaking of Peter Rabbit, which celebrity gave voice to Peter Rabbit on film? This is in 2018. Which celebrity gave voice to Peter Rabbit on film? Right, question 12 now for 3 more points. Put these chocolate brands into the correct order with the one who typically sells the most Easter eggs first. Galaxy, Cadbury's, and Nestle. Put these chocolate brands into the correct order with the one who typically sells the most Easter eggs first. Galaxy, Cadbury's, Nestle. So that's 3 points in total if you get them all in the correct order. Okay, your next question then, question 13. Which words go before Wednesday and Sunday in the Holy Week of Easter? Which words go before Wednesday and Sunday in the Holy Week of Easter? 2 points there again, 1 point for each. Okay, the next question in question 14. Hazel, Fiver, and Bigwig are rabbit characters from which best selling novel? and movie, I suppose. There is an animated movie of it. Hazel, Fiver, and Bigwig are rabbit characters from which best-selling novel and movie? And finally, question 15. Which 5 children found the golden tickets that allowed them to visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? So 1 point for each then, that's 5 points available for that question. Once again, which 5 children found the golden tickets that allowed them to visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? So let me know if you need any questions repeated. I'll gladly repeat some questions for you. That just gives everybody a bit more thinking time before I go through the answers. You've now got your last few seconds to work out the conundrum as well for an extra 2 points, because once I've gone through and revealed the answers for the quiz round, we'll then do the answers for that as well. When we move on to round 2 and round 3, there's a new conundrum for each one, so don't worry if you miss out on this one. There's going to be 2 more on the way before we get into our game shows rounds. So if you do need any questions repeated, let me know in the chat now. Whilst you're doing that, again, for the benefit of those who are new that's watching along tonight, and I know there's a few of you, which is really lovely to see, there is a link in the description of every video I put out for these live shows, and that takes you to a list of all the places where you can follow me across social media. So if you want your free quiz content anywhere else, if you're on TikTok, for example, I do quizzes there, which you can watch and have a go at any time. Only short quizzes, of course, because that's the format of the videos there typically. But it's a lot of fun. Well, you're welcome to join me over there. That's just one of the places in that list. But generally, anywhere on social media at Big Quiz Night In is me. Okay? There's picture rounds on Instagram as well, if you like that kind of thing. So, no repeat requests are coming in, which is fine. That happens sometimes. Maybe you just needed a bit more thinking time, and I've waffled on a little bit there for you to fill that gap. So, we'll go through the answers, 1 point for each, unless otherwise stated, and let's see how many you get. Let me know in the comments what your total score is. Okay, so question 1. The first country to make Easter eggs is Germany. Question 2, for 2 points, the full name of the disciple who betrayed Jesus to the Romans is Judas Iscariot. So 1 point for first name, 1 point for surname. Question 3, on which day of the week was Jesus crucified? It was Friday. Question 4, in which Disney movies could you meet the rabbits named Roger, Judy, and Thumper? It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Zootopia, or Zootropolis, depending on what part of the world you're from, because they renamed it, depending on your region. And then Thumper is from Bambi. Question 5. What is traditionally eaten on Shrove Tuesday? It is pancakes. Question 6. In which ocean is Easter Island, and which country claims ownership? It is in the Pacific Ocean, and it's Chile that claim ownership of it. Question 7. The governments of which 2 countries signed the Good Friday Agreement in 1998? It is the UK, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. Question 8. Which duo collaborated to write the musical Jesus Christ Superstar? That is Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. Question 9. On which day of the week is Maundy Money distributed? That is a Thursday. Question 10. What are the names of Peter Rabbit's 3 sisters? They are Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. Question 11. Which celebrity gave voice to Peter Rabbit on film? In 2018, it was James Corden. Question 12. Put these chocolate brands into the correct order, with the one who sold the most Easter eggs typically. First, it is Cadbury's typically sell the most first, and then Nestle, and then Galaxy's third. Okay, question 13. Which words go before Wednesday and Sunday in the Holy Week of Easter? It is Ash Wednesday and Palm Sunday. Question 14. Hazel, Fiver, and Bigwig are rabbit characters from which best-selling novel? That is Watership Down. And question 15, the 5 children who found golden tickets that allowed them to visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory are Augustus Gloop, Mike TV, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, and Charlie Bucket. 1 point for each. And for 2 extra points, the answer to the countdown conundrum is dominance. So 2 extra points there, and if you struggled in that round but you got the bonus point earned from the kids question at the start, you can add that onto the total if you want to, and then let me know that total in the comments now, along with the team name if you've got one. Alternatively, if you got that bonus point, you can save it and use it on potluck or food and drink after this. So let me know in the comments now. Excuse me. Let me know in the comments how well you got on, guys. I'll give you all shout outs as always, and then we move on to our potluck round. Okay, so Jody says we've got 19 points there. Very good. 19 points there for Jody. Keep those scores coming in, everybody. Lisa says they got them all right, plus the conundrum. I'm starting to think you guys need to come over and join in with the actual pub quiz and win yourselves some real prizes. I know it's a long way to travel, but you guys smash it most weeks. You'd rake it in. Oh my goodness. Okay, the donuts have got 25 points and they got the conundrum as well. I think it was a maximum score of 30 points in the potluck round, I think. No, sorry, not on that one. Hold on. Yeah, 30 points in the Easter round, 30 points in this next round you're about to hear as well. 10 points for Millie and Mike. Good effort there. We've got 28 plus 1 plus 2 for Helly. Well done. So that's the Funky Chickens. Maddie says, oh, well done, Maddie. Thank you for joining in as well. 25 plus 2 for Maddie. And the Britzillions, 27 plus 1. Good scores there too. Great stuff, everybody. Any more? Feel free to add in your comments. Don't be shy. We always celebrate with those who do well and commiserate with those who don't, but we are just here to have fun. So there's absolutely no pressure, okay? And yes, we're going to do the potluck round next. So we'll flick over to that, but you can, of course, keep on commenting and let's see how well you do. Okay, so potluck round, you have a new conundrum at the bottom of the screen. 2 more points if you can work that one out. And we're going to go through a general knowledge round. 15 questions again, 1 point for each as per usual. And same again, basically. All right, so here we go. Question number 1. Originally, what nationality was Paddington Bear? Originally, what nationality was Paddington Bear? Okay, question 2 for 3 points. Which currencies are used in Russia, Japan, and South Africa? Which currencies are used in Russia, Japan, and South Africa? 1 point for each. Question number 3 now. Question 3, this is multiple choice. Is a Mexican calupo a type of dog, pig, or cheese? Is a Mexican calupo, C-A-L-U-P-O-H. Is that a type of dog, pig, or cheese? Right, your next question. Question number 4. What would Americans call a courgette, an aubergine, and rocket leaves? What do Americans call a courgette, an aubergine, and rocket leaves? That's quite good, actually, that kind of question, because that works for those of you on either side of the pond, doesn't it? Because if you're on the American side, you've got to think what on earth is a courgette, an aubergine, and a rocket leaf. And then if you're on this side, you've got to think what on earth are they called in America? I was just thinking, is that going to work? And actually, it works both sides, doesn't it? I think. So, yeah, happy days. Okay, so yes, what do Americans call a courgette, an aubergine, and rocket leaves? For 3 points. Question 5 now. Oh, Lisa says yummy. No doubt, got all three immediately. Question 5. How many ways are there to win a game of noughts and crosses? Or tic-tac-toe. Again, depending on where you're from. How many ways are there to win a game of noughts and crosses or tic-tac-toe? For 1 point. Question 6 now. Question 6 for 3 points. I'm going to give you 3 sets of siblings, and you need to choose which of each pair is the oldest. Okay? So for question 6, which siblings are the oldest? Kim or Kourtney Kardashian, Andy or Jamie Murray, and Fred or George Weasley. So for 3 points, which siblings are the oldest? Kim or Kourtney Kardashian, Andy or Jamie Murray, and Fred or George Weasley. Choose one from each pair, please. And you get 1 point for each. Of course, as always, at the end of the round, I'll do more thinking time if you need it, and repeats as well. Just let me know what they are when we get to the end of the round, so we can go over some questions again if we go through this too quickly. Question number 7 now. Question 7. In which decade was the electric guitar invented? In which decade was the electric guitar invented? Question number 8 now. Question 8 for 2 more points. What were the first names of Sherlock Holmes's arch enemy and his landlady? 1 point for each. What were the first names of Sherlock Holmes's arch enemy and his landlady for 2 points? Question number 9 now. Question 9. Which breakfast cereal was supposedly knitted by nanas? Which breakfast cereal was supposedly knitted by nanas? Question number 10 for 2 more points. Which two of Santa's reindeer are mentioned in Bohemian Rhapsody? Which two of Santa's reindeer are mentioned in Bohemian Rhapsody? 1 point for each. Question 11. 3 more points for this one. Which literary characters were best friends with Asterix the Ghoul, Huckleberry Finn, and with Frodo Baggins? So for 3 points, which literary characters were best friends with Asterix the Ghoul, with Huckleberry Finn, and with Frodo Baggins? Again, 1 point for each on that one. 4 more questions to go in this round. Make sure you're having a go as well in between these questions at the countdown conundrum at the bottom of the screen. Question 12. Bernie says very hidden reindeers. Yes. I like that question actually. It's very good. When we go through the answers, you'll see what I mean. It's a good question, that one. Classic kind of pub quiz trivia, that. I'm not taking credit for coming up with it. Right, where are we? Question 12 now. Which became the biggest selling author of non-fiction books in the UK ever at the end of 2023? Sorry, who became the biggest selling author of non-fiction books in the UK ever at the end of 2023? I'll keep my opinion on this person to myself, but suffice it to say, I'm staggered that this is true, and I don't get it. Okay, question 13. The character Major Tom is mentioned in which 2 of David Bowie's UK #1 hit singles? The character Major Tom is mentioned in which 2 of David Bowie's UK #1 hit singles? So just name the titles of those songs, 1 point for each. Question 14 now. Question 14. Another one that I'm sure our American friends will get very quickly, but probably a bit trickier for everybody else. In which American states could you find the cities of Topeka, Tombstone, and Tallahassee? In which American states could you visit the cities of Topeka, Tombstone, and Tallahassee? One more question then, question 15. This is the last question of this round. Which 3 Japanese cities have the largest populations? Now, you don't need to put them into any particular order, but just name the 3 Japanese cities which have the largest populations for a total of 3 points. So that's the end of the round. Let me know if you want any questions repeated, as always. We shall do the repeats if they are indeed needed, and then we go through the answers. Last chance to work out the countdown conundrum as well. For 2 bonus points. And if you haven't used your bonus point from the kids' question at the start, if you got it right, well, you can use it here, or of course you can use it in the next round, but that will be your last chance to use it. Right, so we haven't had any requests come in. I'll give you just a little bit more thinking time and remind you all, and let some of you know for the first time, you may have heard you mention the Patreon quiz that's next week. We do those via Google Meet last Tuesday of every month. We start at 8:30. So unlike this one, it does mean we're on a video call with each other while I'm hosting, in a similar kind of way, game show style rounds, similar to what you'll see towards the end again if you're new here. But we do mix it up, and we have a lot of fun doing those. If you'd like to join that, there is a free trial available if you haven't had it already. Again, the link's in the description. But if beyond that free trial, it's a minimum £2 a month. But in return, you can also get requests for subjects in these quiz nights as well. And you'll get a shout out if you want it as well. You can just let me know privately, hey, can we have a round on this? And I'll get one sorted for you at my next opportunity and do that for you on one of these quiz nights. Okay? Oh, Millie, Patreon is absolutely brilliant. Cannot recommend it enough. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's nice to actually get to talk to you guys as well, and it not be so much of a one-way conversation. But yeah, more the merrier. But we have a good bunch. Yes, Millie never done quizzing as a hobby before finding this community. Now she's hooked. Ah, yeah. See, so I know it was an awful time for a lot of people, for all of us, during that time when we were all kind of locked away. And there were lots of bad things that happened, but there was also a lot of good that came out of it. And definitely bringing this community together was one of them. Thank you, Jodie, as well. That's lovely. Yeah, welcome to the Patreon family. Okay, so let's go through and do the answers for this round and see how well you did. So, question one: Paddington Bear originally is Peruvian. Question two: the currencies that are currently used in Russia, Japan, and South Africa. It's the Russian ruble, the Japanese yen, and the South African rand. Question three: a Mexican chalupo is a dog. I gave you three choices there, but it is a dog. Question four: what do Americans call a courgette, an aubergine, and rocket leaves? They are zucchini, eggplant, and arugula. Arugula? Am I saying that right? Arugula. I think that's right. Question five: how many ways are there to win a game of noughts and crosses? There are 8 different ways. Question six: which siblings are the oldest? Kim or Kourtney Kardashian, Andy or Jamie Murray, and Fred or George Weasley? So for 3 points, Kourtney is older by 1 year, Jamie is older by 1 year, and Fred is older by minutes. Question seven: in which decade was the electric guitar invented? It was in 1931, so you needed to say the 1930s to get yourself a point. Question eight: what were the first names of Sherlock's archenemy and his landlady? They are Jim Moriarty and Martha Hudson. Oh, Catherine's in the comments. Sorry we're late. We're in Wales on holiday, and so my brother and sister and Dominic are brother and sister Geraldine and Dominic are joining us tonight. That's lovely. Welcome along. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. It's a really good turnout this evening, actually, for a Facebook Live. 12 different teams of people watching. It's really nice. Normally it's, well, I think between 8 and 10 is the average. So it's nice when it goes above that. Considering there's groups of you watching, that's not just individuals. Okay, where were we then? So number 8 is Jim Moriarty, Martha Hudson. Number 9, the breakfast cereal that was supposedly knitted by nanas was Shreddies. Question 10, this is the one about Bohemian Rhapsody. So, which 2 of Santa's reindeer are mentioned in Bohemian Rhapsody? Little bit of a trick question. It's Donna and Blitzen, because their names translate to thunder and lightning. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening. Yeah, from the song? It's Donna and Blitzen. Don't come at me, it's a classic pub quiz question, alright? Don't blame me. Question 11. Which literary characters were best friends with Asterix the Ghoul, with Huckleberry Finn, and with Frodo Baggins? It is Obelisk, Tom Sawyer, and Samwise Gamgee, or Sam Gamgee is fine. Question 12. Which became the biggest selling author? Who became the biggest selling author of non-fiction books in the UK ever at the end of 2023? Somehow it's Jamie Oliver. He has published 37 cookery books to date. I mean, personally, I don't get it. Each to their own. But no. Question 13. The character Major Tom is mentioned in which 2 David Bowie UK #1 hit singles? So Major Tom is mentioned in Space Odyssey and Ashes to Ashes. 1 point for each. Question 14. In which American states could you visit the cities Topeka, Tombstone, and Tallahassee? It is Kansas, Arizona, and Florida for 3 points. And final 3 points for question 15. Which 3 Japanese cities have the largest populations? That is Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka. For 3 more points. Now the answer this time for your countdown conundrum for 2 extra points is worldwide. Worldwide is the answer for that. So you can, of course, have 1 point for each of the correct answers for the previous round, 2 points for the countdown conundrum if you got that right, and 1 point extra if you need it from the kids' question at the start for those who guessed correctly. Let me know in the comments how many you got this evening, and then we move on to round number 3, which is a food and drink round. We've already had a couple of food and drink related questions, but you have a whole round about food and drink coming up. Before we get into our game shows round, so game shows round tonight, we're going to do Our Survey Says. Last week, if you were here, you'll remember we did 3 Tenable top 10 style questions, and I presented Tenable to you. And that was a lot of fun. This week we're doing Our Survey Says, and then I've got 3 brand new genuine catchphrase videos for you to work out, along with the way we play it, some potluck trivia to go with it. Okay, but yeah, I'll explain a bit more about that when we get closer to it. Team scores are starting to come in then. So Jodie says she got 9 points. Millie and Mike 7 points. Good efforts, well done. Maddie's 23 points plus 2 for the conundrum. Great stuff there. The Donuts have got 20, got the conundrum. The Jamie Oliver stumped us. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a fan. Personally, I would never have guessed that. Never. Yeah, I don't understand it, personally. I've seen enough of other chefs criticising his work to go, actually, do you know what, maybe he's not all that. And he took away turkey Twizzlers from the kids. Outrageous. School dinners were never the same. It's all his fault. Oh dear. Okay. What other scores have we got? Let me know how you did in that round then before we move on. How many points did you get in round 2, our potluck round? Just those 4? Nobody else want to share? All right, that's fine. You can put your scores in still. We're going to move on, but still put the comments in if you want to. Maybe it's just taken a while for them to come through. Sometimes it is a bit slow. But let's go anyway to round number 3. Oh, Pete managed to get the Jamie question, did he, Vernia? Very good guess. Yes, I think some of the comments are taking a while to come through, but that's all right. I'll still shout them out. Put your scores in regardless. I'll still read them. So round number 3 is food and drink. So for the final time this evening, you're going to hear 15 questions, 1 point for each. You have another countdown conundrum for 2 bonus points there. And then I think this is also the last chance. If you haven't used that extra question from the kids' bonus points earlier, now's the time to use it. You may as well. All right, let's go through the questions then for our food and drink round. Question number 1. Which beer is Homer Simpson's favourite? Which beer is Homer Simpson's favourite? Question number 2. Which has the most calories, a Big Mac or a Whopper? Which has the most calories, a Big Mac or a Whopper? Okay, question 3 now. Question 3. Which 2 countries are home to the brand leading coffee liqueurs called Tia Maria and Kahlua? 1 point for each. They are different answers. Which 2 countries are home to the brand leading coffee liqueurs called Tia Maria and Kahlua? So that's 2 points for that one then. Question 4 is for 3 points. What are the surnames of Gino, Gordon, and Fred who went on a food-based TV road trip? What are the surnames of Gino, Gordon, and Fred who went on a food-based TV road trip? 3 points there for their surnames. Question number 5. Which Great British Bake Off winner had her own cookery TV series? Which Great British Bake Off winner went on to have her own cookery TV series? Question number 6 now for 3 more points. Question 6. What do the initials ABV mean on alcohol? What do the initials ABV mean on a bottle of wine or beer or spirits? Any example of that? 1 point for each correct word. Okay, next question then. Question number 7. Which herb is traditionally used to make pesto? Which herb is traditionally used to make pesto? Question number 8 now for 3 more points. Which US states are home to the following dishes? Key lime pie, locomoco, and gumbo. Which US states are home to these dishes? Key lime pie, locomoco, and gumbo. 3 different answers, 1 point for each. Okay, question number 9 now. Question 9. What type of fruit is a Warwickshire drooper? What type of fruit is a Warwickshire drooper? Question number 10 now. Question 10 for 3 points. Which alcoholic drinks were UK hits for Thin Lizzy, TerraVision, and Status Quo? Which alcoholic drinks were UK hits for Thin Lizzy, TerraVision, and Status Quo? Question 11 now. Question 11. Which English county is home to the Green King Brewery? Which English county is home to the Green King Brewery? Question number 12 now for 3 more points. Have a break, a hazelnut in every bite, and made for sharing were which chocolate's TV advertising slogans? Have a break, A hazelnut in every bite, and made for sharing were which chocolate's advertising slogans on TV? Okay, question 13 now. Question 13. Which leaves are Greek dolmadas wrapped in? Which leaves are Greek dolmadas wrapped in? Question 14 for 3 more points. Which countries are home to the following beers? Corona, Singer, and Staropramen. Which countries are home to the following beers? Corona, Singer, and Staropramen. Staropramen, in my opinion, one of the best beers or lagers to have when it's on tap. Not so much when it's in a bottle or a can. I don't know if they do them in cans, I've never seen it. But on tap, that is a lovely pint, my opinion. The other two, they're okay. Not a massive fan, but don't dislike them. So for 3 points there, which countries are home to Corona, Singer, and Staropramen beers? Question 15 now for 3 final points in this round. Put the following energy drinks into the correct order with the earliest launched first: Monster, Relentless, and Red Bull. Put these energy drinks into the correct order with the earliest launched first: Monster, Relentless, and Red Bull. Earliest launched first. So that's the end of the round once again. Let me know if you want a question repeated. This is your last chance to work out the countdown conundrum and your last chance to use the bonus point if you earned it in the previous kids question at the start of the show. And that is also the end of the third round, our last question round proper at least. And yeah, there's not going to be a quiz for 2 weeks, online at least. There won't be one on Facebook, I mean. We'll do Patreon next week. But yeah. Last question round. We'll be on to game shows before you know it, though. We've got a bit more to do tonight. And yeah, we've got a good amount of time left to do it. Again, for those who are new that are watching, this is typically an hour-and-a-half show, so we'll finish by 9:30 UK time, which is about 35 minutes from now. At time of recording. Okay, any more comments? Anyone want to ask for a repeat? Last chance, and I'll go straight through the answers. Yeah. Okay. Number 3. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, so question number 3. Which 2 countries are home to the brand leading coffee liqueurs called Tia Maria and Kahlua? Name the 2 countries they are home for those drinks. I think that's about it then. No more repeats come in. Okay, I normally have more to waffle on about. I don't really have too much to say tonight. But that's okay. We can just carry on with the rest of the quiz. Here's the answers then for food and drink. Question 1. Homer Simpson's favourite beer is Duff beer for 1 point. Question 2. The most calories are, is it a Big Mac or a Whopper? It is the Whopper that has more calories. 110 calories, 10 calories more per burger. Question 3. Which 2 countries are home to the brand leading coffee liqueurs called Tia Maria and Kahlua? It is Jamaica and Mexico. Question 4. What are the surnames of Gino, Gordon, and Fred who went on a TV road trip? It is Gino DeCampo, Gordon Ramsay, and Fred Siriex. Obviously I can't see how you've written it down, so I won't mark you down for spelling. But it's Sirieix. Question 5. Which Bake Off winner has her own cookery TV series? That was Nadia Hussein. Question 6. What do the initials ABV mean on a bottle of wine or beers or spirits? It is alcohol by volume. 3 points if you got that exactly right. 1 point for each correct word if you didn't. Question 7. Which herb is traditionally used in pesto? That is basil. Question 8. Which US states are home to these dishes? Key lime pie, loco moco, and gumbo. It's Florida, Hawaii, and Louisiana. Question 9. What type of fruit is a Warwickshire drooper? It is a plum. Question 10. Which alcoholic drinks were UK hits for Thin Lizzy, Terrorvision, and Status Quo? It's whiskey in the jar for Thin Lizzy. For Terrorvision, it is tequila. And for Status Quo, it's margarita time. So whiskey, tequila, and margarita for 3 points. Question 11. The Green King Brewery is in Suffolk. Bury St Edmunds to be exact, but Suffolk is the county. Question 12. Have a break, a hazelnut in every bite, and made for sharing were which chocolates UK TV ad slogans? Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Hazelnut in every bite is Topic, and made for sharing was Quality Street. Question 13. Which leaves are Greek dolmadas wrapped in? They are vine leaves. Question 14. Corona, Singer, and Staropramen are from Mexico, Thailand, and Czech Republic, respectively. Question 15. The energy drinks in the correct order. Red Bull was first, then Monster, then Relentless. Again, that's for 3 points, assuming you got them in the correct order. If you got one in the right spot, but then the other two you didn't, you can still have 1 point for that. The answer for the countdown conundrum for 2 extra points is probation. Tally up those scores then. As always, let's see how well you did for this final round, and then we can move on to the game shows round. We're going to do Our Survey Says first. Family Fortunes or Family Feud style quiz round. With the board and the sound effects and everything's all ready to go. But first I need to see them scores for this round. Add those in to the chat now. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're leaving a like on the video or a positive emoji. All those kind of interactions help on anything I post. So I really appreciate those engagements. Jodie says she got 15 points. Good score. Lisa says we got 2 wrong, but we got the countdown conundrum right. Excellent. That's good. It's a very good score then as well. 24 points and got the conundrum for the donuts. Vernia says 23 points for the Britzillians. Good scores again. 19 for the not so golden oldies and Geraldine and Dominic. And Maddie says 17 plus 2. I'm better at eating the food and drinking the drink rather than knowing about them. That's fair. Helly says a bad round. They got 16 plus 2. That's not bad. That's all right. I mean, in the pub quiz, it's not going to win you the round, but it's a good effort. And 15 points as well coming in there from Millie and Mike. Good score there. I think that's your best score of the evening, isn't it? Nice one. Yes, still time if you want to add in your scores. You can keep the comments going. It doesn't matter what page we're on. In terms of what I'm presenting to you, the comments just keep going, so feel free to add them in if you haven't done so already. But we are going to scroll on now to Our Survey Says. So yeah, the page shifts around a bit now, and I'm going to bring up a question on screen now, a Family Fortune style survey question, and you need to work out what you think the top 6 answers are. This time you do guess in the comments. You're now working as a team. Everybody watching this live right now is working as a team to figure out what the top 6 answers are from this survey. So let's see how quickly you can work this out. Have, for now, as always, just so I can catch up with the comments, have just one guess each for now. And then as I go through them, you can start guessing more, okay? Because otherwise they'll all get lost in the comments. So, with that said, your question is connected to Easter. Name something associated with Easter. Top 6 answers. What do you think 100 people would have said in a survey when asked that question? Lisa says, love this. Good. The sound effects are the UK sound effects, so if you're used to the Family Feud one, it's not quite the same. I think ours are better, personally. Although I think the show is better in America. You can't beat. It's not exactly family friendly. You can't watch the American version with your kids, that's for sure. Having seen so much of it on TikTok, oh my days, it's a bit naughty at times, shall we say, but very funny. No, our one is good though. It's all right. So we have got some guesses coming in, and let's see where your answers lie, if they do, in the top 6. Some very good guesses I can see. Let's see. So Jodie and Sue have said eggs, as has Catherine and Tony and family has said eggs as well. So let's see, where are eggs in the list? They are the top answer. Of course they are. Easter eggs is the top answer. Okay, so we're off to a good start. Now, some other guesses. We have got a bunny, the Easter bunny. Is that in the list, I wonder? Maddie said that as well. Maddie said that, and Lisa. Yes, there it is. So, let's see. Is bunny in the list? That's number 5. Our 5th top answer. What else have we got then? Next up in the list, we have... Jesus, so Millie says Jesus, is that in the list? Let's have a look. Is Jesus there? It's not there. It is not in the list, I'm afraid. No. I guess 100 people surveyed had other priorities on their mind when they put this, when they answered this question. Chicks, Easter chicks, is that on the list? That's Sue and the donuts that say that. Is chicks there? Our survey said. No, not there either. Okay, chocolate. Let's see. I think it's safe to say that Easter eggs are a type of chocolate typically. So Vernia, you can give yourself a pat on the back there as a team for getting Easter eggs in the top answer spot. Okay. Bonnets. So some of you have said Easter bonnets. Is that there? Now we have got Sue and also Maddie saying bonnets, I can see from this list. Okay. Keep those guesses coming in. Bonnets though. Easter bonnets, are they there? No, not there. Okay. Hot cross buns has come up as well. Vernia says hot cross buns. Do you know, there are some very exciting varieties of hot cross buns available this year. There's a chili one I am desperate to try. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and there's savoury and chili as well. Not sweet, that'd be weird. But yeah, that's so cool. Looking forward to getting that one. Yeah, and cheesy ones and all sorts this year. I don't know why, maybe it's just this year. But I'm looking forward to trying some more out. Now, we have Easter egg hunt. Helly has said Easter egg hunt. And just that one. Okay, just Helly. So I can tell you that the Easter egg hunt is number 6 on the list. Well done. Easter basket. Is the basket there on the list that you might use in the Easter egg hunt? No. Not there, I'm afraid. No. Bank holidays, of course, is a very important part of Easter. We have... yes, Maddie's also said about the Easter egg hunts. Yes, Vernia, do go get down the shop. I think there's... I'll message you. I'm not going to promote random shops or anything on the show. That's not what I'm here for. But there are lots of choices at the local shops. More than one of them. What have we got here? Where was I? Hot cross buns. That's it. Hot cross buns. So that is number 4. Hot cross buns. I know it's not spelt like that. It just wouldn't fit any other way. That's why there's an X there instead. What else do we have? Any more guesses that are different? We know an Easter basket. No. Bonnets. Bank holidays. I didn't do bank holidays, did I? Bank holiday. That's number 2. There's only one more you're missing. It's none of the ones that are in the chat. So not turkey dinner, not lamb, no. I will give you a big clue and then we'll see how quickly and who can be first to put it in the chat. You would give something up for this. Somebody's then just submitted an answer at the same time as me saying that, not realising that was the clue. And it's come through and is obviously not right now I've said that clue. But it was an interesting guess. Yes, there we go. Well done, everybody. You worked it out. I gave away a very big clue there. It is Lent. Lent was the 3rd most popular answer when 100 people were surveyed for this particular thing. Yes, Maddie there at the end, give things up for Lent. You do indeed. Well, some people do. I don't have the staying power for that, I'm afraid. Not me, but some people do. Fair play to you for that. Okay, good stuff. All right, well, you got that relatively quickly. So we're going to go on now to our catchphrase round. So if you've seen the catchphrase show before, it's very similar with the addition of trivia. It's our own little version of it. It might sound a bit confusing at first, but I'm sure you will enjoy. Now, I just need to make sure everything's right my side. There are 3 we can go through, depending on how quickly you guess. I think we'll have enough time to do them all. Behind the screen then, behind this grid of 9 squares is a catchphrase video, all right? So it'll be a video depicting a famous phrase. Pretty much, yeah, a famous phrase, okay? Very traditional because they're literally the kind you would see on the show, in the UK at least. So I will ask you a trivia question. Guess in the comments. As soon as I see you've got the correct answer in the comments, we will remove one of the squares determined by the spin of the wheel. And as that's revealed, you can guess away at what you think it is as well. So your first question is going to be... More than half of the bones in the human body are in which 2 body parts? You can guess either or. No worries about guessing both. Remember, you're working as a team. We'll never give up hot cross buns. I do love a traditional hot cross bun, and no, I would never give that up for Lent. But I'm very excited to see all these different choices this year. Yep. So, yes, more than half of the bones in the human body are in which 2 body parts? Have a guess in the chat. And let's see which square we're going to be removing first. Should have the sound effects coming in very soon as well for this. We're going to be removing number 6. Okay, so number 6 is ready to go. Because the answer is hands and feet. Many of you have put hands and feet. I saw tons of comments scrolling by there. So well done. There is your first clue. The first part of the video is revealed. Mr. Chips is there. No copyright infringements intended, of course. I don't get paid for this. Please don't tell the ITV. All right, so feel free to have a guess. If you think you know what the famous catchphrase is based on that one square. Gabby's not watching, actually. She's normally very good at that. She normally gets them very quickly. So you can have a guess in the comments. If you think you know what it is, I'm going to ask you your next question to reveal the next square. So, Ben & Jerry's Chunky Monkey ice cream comprises of which 3 flavours? You only need to guess one. So we should get some of you hopefully guessing multiples here. Ben & Jerry's Chunky Monkey ice cream comprises of which 3 flavours? Banana... Oh, sorry. There's 3 flavours. Just said one. So busy reading ahead. It's not pocket money. That's a good guess. No. Of the catchphrase. So, yes, Lisa's guessed banana. That is one of them. Well done. And also, we've had a few of you guessing chocolate. Let me just... yeah, I need to switch screens. Bear with. There we go. That's better. So, walnuts. We've had guesses. Chocolate chips. Chocolate in general is fine. Chocolate caramel vanilla. That's a very specific guess. We have had all three guesses. Let's spin the wheel. Banana ice cream, chocolate, and walnuts are all we needed. So if you said any of those, you've helped your team work it out. All three of them very quickly. And we're going to remove square number 8 now. Lisa loves Chunky Monkey. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not a massive fan, if I'm honest, of walnuts personally. That's just me. It's an okay flavour. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't really like nuts in chocolate and anything like that. Not in chocolate or ice cream. Just a bit picky, I guess. So number 8 has been removed. You've got a little bit more of a clue there. If you think you know, feel free to guess. We're going to move on to your next question. Okay, what type of footwear is also a type of North American water snake? What type of footwear is also a type of North American water snake? That's an interesting question. Paying the piper's good, it's not right though. Millie's guessed at Crocs for that question. Good guess, but no, not right. Catherine says moccasin. Is that the correct answer? It is, and I can see a few other guesses coming in. Giving your soul to the devil's good, but it's not quite right. No, moccasins is the right answer. Let's just see which square we're going to be removing next. And it's going to be number 7. Right, number 7. I will say, Helly, you are very close. But there is something else different happening here, other than giving. Ed has said selling your soul. I guess between the two of you, we can give you this. I think, yeah, I think we can give this. Let's reveal the board. It is selling your soul to the devil, or sold his soul to the devil. There is, yes, selling your soul. Helly and Vernia got it there. Doing a deal was close. Yeah, that's it. You're all getting it now. Selling your soul to the devil. There's the full picture of it. There's money being exchanged, so it is selling or sold his soul to the devil. The sole of his shoe, of course, in this case. There you go. Okay, so reset the board and we go again. We move on. Let's bring a new wheel up as well. Yeah, I hope you like that one. We're going to move on to the next one now. We're going to do... Yes, still got time. We're doing good. Thank you for the claps, the applause. I like that. Thank you. Always appreciate nice positive emoji responses. The next one then is your next question to reveal squares off of this board is an Italian Nero Siciliano a type of dog, pig, or cheese? You got multiple choice there, so just guess one of the three. An Italian Nero Siciliano. Is that a type of dog, pig, or cheese? Let's see how quickly you can work out which of the three it is. Be interested to see if most of you guess one in particular straight away. Nero Siciliano. Dog, pig, or cheese? Ed's gone with dog. Vernia and Jodie say cheese. Catherine's gone with pig. So we do have all three different guesses there very quickly. Everybody else feel free to jump in and have a go. I'm going to spin the wheel because we obviously do have the right answer there somewhere. So let's reveal a square, and it's going to be number 8. remove that one now. The answer is it's a pig. It is a pig. Yes, a Nero Siciliano is a pig. Your next question. What is the chemical symbol or the letter for tungsten? What is the chemical symbol for tungsten? Well done to Lisa as well, getting pig in the comments correct. This is a bit of a trickier catchphrase. At least I thought so. Took me longer than the others did. Right, Catherine says TG. Is that the chemical symbol for tungsten? That is incorrect. It is not TG. Oh, Helly's had a guess already with broken family. It's good, but it's not right. It's good. I mean that. It is good, but it's not right. W. Yes, so Lisa, Vernia, and... no, just Lisa and Vernia so far have said W. That is the correct answer. W is the chemical symbol for tungsten. Obviously, there's a reason for it being that, but number 7 is what we're removing, so let us remove number 7 from the board. There we go. All right, the next question. We'll do chemical symbols again, I think. So what is the chemical symbol for indium? What is a chemical symbol for indium? And again, feel free to have a guess if you've got an idea of what this could be. Vernia's gone with IN. That's the first comment I've got in. Lisa as well has now said IN. It is a little bit more obvious this time round. It is IN. That is the correct answer. So well done if you said that. Oh, we need to remove that one. There we go. So we're going to be removing number 2 then. IN is the correct answer. There's number 2. What's happening? What is literally happening to these people in this video? Say what you see, as they say. Your next question. If you planted a bandarilla, what would you be doing? If you planted a bandarilla, what would you be doing? Holiday snaps is good, it's not right. Splitting up is good as well, but it's not right. Breaking up, break up, no, it's not correct. I mean, it's another way of saying it, but when you look at how it's happening, there's a different couple of words that could describe it. And I refer you to the previous question again as well. If you planted bandarilla, what planted a bandarilla? What would you be doing? Oh, falling down is even closer. Some would consider the answer to this question a sport. Some. Some would consider it entertainment. It's all fallen apart, Millie says. Is it falling apart? Vernia says. Lisa says the answer to the question, bullfighting. So what we'll do, we'll spin the wheel because bullfighting is the answer, horrific as it is. Like I said, some would consider it entertainment. So number 6, we're going to remove number 6. And then I will tell you that the correct answer has been guessed. It is falling apart. You see what I mean? You were so close. Everybody was kind of dancing around the right answer for a while there. But it's falling apart. because they're literally falling apart. I mean, you could say broken up, I suppose, but I have to go with the answer that is the official answer, right? But they are falling apart. That's the most literal example of what's happening there. So we've got one more to do, which is the very last quiz-related action I can bring to you this evening. So I will prepare that one for you, and we'll go over to our next wheel with all the numbers back again. So for one last time, say what you see, and oh, hello, we don't want that. Ad blocks being updated. Thank you for that. Like I needed that right now. Okay, here we go then with your next question. What word do the British use for what Americans call a dumpster? What word would the British use for what an American might call a dumpster? One more to go. If you don't know what that ad block thing is, by the way, it just stops adverts popping up when you're using the internet. It's free. It's not a sponsored thing. It's just free. Just use it. That includes ads in YouTube. It's very helpful. Shame it's not on mobile. Okay, so we have bin, dustbin, truck. We have skip. Skip is the correct answer for this particular type of bin. Thank you and well done to Millie. So let's spin the wheel. Yes, a dumpster is an example of what we would call a skip. Yes, Lisa's now said skip as well. Very good. Right, so number one is about to be removed from the board. This one, by the way, is my favourite of the three I'm bringing you this evening. I think this one's great. I don't know why. I just think, yeah, that's brilliant. I got it so quickly. So I'm hoping you appreciate this one as well. Right, your next question then is, what is the name of the UK's journalist known as the money savings expert? What is the name of the UK journalist known as the money savings expert? Yes, lots of people in the comments there. Martin Lewis is the correct answer. Super helpful. Again, there's another one on TikTok. Amazing content on there. You think his TV show's good if you've watched it. I don't need to, because the highlights go on TikTok and he shares everything. Number two. We're going through these in order by the looks of it. Number two. Yeah, so you're kind of missing... You're missing the key piece of information I think you need for this one. Maybe. So keep your guesses coming in, though. Feel free to keep guessing if you think you've got an idea. The next question is the US Democratic and Republican parties have which animals as their logos? You can guess either or. The US Democratic and Republican parties have which animals as their logos? You may guess either or. Going out with a bang is incorrect. Good guess. Bang for your buck, says Hallie. And getting more bang for your buck, says Millie. I want to see guesses for this question so we can remove more. Yes, donkey and elephant have just come in. Let's just double check. All right, so the next one we're going to remove then is number 6. I think this one will be quite telling. Let's just check. Number 6. Money's being handed over. That looks an awful lot like it could say bang, doesn't it? I thought you might get it quickly. All right, bang for your buck, or getting more bang for your buck, is the correct answer. Let's have a look at the whole thing now, shall we? There we go. Look, he's getting one bang, and he's paying and getting more bangs for his buck. See what I mean? I think that's brilliant. I like that one a lot. Yes. So I should say well done to those of you who did say donkey and elephant as well, helping out maybe some of the others a little bit more there by revealing more of the picture. But some of you were very quick in getting that correct. Okay, so Patreon quiz is next week. Thank you all very much for watching. A reminder that the week after next, there would normally be Facebook Live because I do this every Tuesday I can, with the exception of the Patreon quiz night at the end of the month. But it's my wife's birthday, and it's the actual Tuesday, it's her birthday. So I won't be doing the quiz next week. Of course, I will still be sharing my usual quiz content and some extra stuff through my usual channels everywhere else. And I then reshare those quite often, as you've seen, no doubt, on Facebook. So if you don't have the other apps that I post stuff on, I do often reshare it on Facebook. So you can still watch and listen or watch those quizzes that I create. Even if you haven't got the app, you can still just tap the link and watch the web version of them. But I would love for you to join me over on those other platforms, especially TikTok. I'm nearing in on 4,000 followers over there now. Nearly there. I don't get the time to post enough. That's the problem, I think. But I'm really proud of the content I created there too, so I would love for you to join me. And if you want to join Patreon, you absolutely can. Just again, let me know. There's a free trial you can do. So next week you can join us absolutely for free, no problem at all. 8:30 UK time. That is via Google Meet. No pressure. You don't have to be on camera, but we do like to have a chat as well as do game show style quiz rounds. Haven't decided what we're going to do next week yet. I'm open to suggestions, but there's lots of choices as always. So one final look at the comments then, and then we'll say our goodbyes. Have a wonderful time with your wife. Happy birthday to her. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Chris from Helly. Fab quiz as usual. You're welcome, Millie. Mike, take care to both of you. Thank you for a lovely evening. You're welcome, Jodie. Have a nice break. Thank you very much for a fun evening. Vernia, you're welcome. Yes, so that's about it then for another week. I will see you, I guess, after this 2-week break back on Facebook Live. And do tell a friend, share what we do here. It'd be great to have some more names in the chat next time. But for now, stay safe, take care as always, and I'll see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers, good night.